All right, team. Live on the Instagrams. Of course, we wait a little bit for people to roll through. Coach Collodi on the wheel. I tell you, I made a little comment on the last Instagram post. I said Paul Collodi's driving is a blend of NASCAR and old school bus driver who doesn't GAF.
Hey, if you're not first, you're last.
Kind of hits the gas hard, hits the brakes hard. So, but I feel safe. We got a Nissan Titan for the rental. We see Abby Lastman, I believe, is one of your athletes.
Yes.
Tough or not tough?
Wait, no. I can't see.
Don't be looking at.
I'm not looking at anything. I'm not looking at it.
All right.
Not me.
Abby Lastman?
Yeah.
She's one of yours?
No.
All right. Good to see a lot of people rolling through. Want to wave up. And we do have a topic question that came through my Underground Strength Gym account. It was a great question. A mom of two athletes, boys that play basketball, 12 and 14-year-olds. She was asking me, do you have any online programs for middle school athletes? So inside my Underground Strength Academy, I've got middle school programming. But at the Underground Strength Gym, we train a lot of middle school athletes, and they are crushing it. Coach Collodi is about to start a middle school program, strength and conditioning, at his school, which any coach that does that, it amplifies your program 100-fold, because you're preparing the athletes at this young age, so when they get to high school, they have a tremendous base. And I'm going to turn it over to Coach Collodi in a second. Meaning, when new athletes come into high school, many of them cannot do one push-up. So forget about teaching them how to get under a bar and do, squats and trap bar deadlifts. You're very far from that. We have kids that can't move their own body. And some of our strength coach friends have said, they said, guys, you know what? We don't even go to the push-ups like we once did 15 years ago. We start them off with empty bar barbell benching or a 35-pound bar barbell bench to start building a base of strength. He's like, because they have such lack of core strength and trunk stability, push-ups look horrible. Paul, keep your eye on the road, but what would you say about the, what are some of your thoughts and plans with the middle school group you're going to be training?
Middle school kids just got to, to me, they got to learn the basics, like you said. They got to be able to keep their heels down when they squat. They got to be able to sit back and get good depth with their body weight. They got to learn how to crawl, tumble, be athletic. I think if we make them more athletic, I think the strength can build on top of that. So the move well, move strong philosophy is something that I think we really need to step back to. If you looked at the old performance pyramid, and they have their sports skill or skill at the top of the pyramid, and then their movement base at the bottom. We've inverted that pyramid where we want our kids to be, great athletes. We want them to be great baseball players, football players, but they don't want to put the time in to do that hard stuff. And that is the hard stuff. When you're at the bottom of a squat and you're not feeling, comfortable, they want to get out of it right away, and they just want to stop.
Yes.
And we're gonna change that. We're gonna change that pyramid starting on Monday, and I know you do it every day at the Underground.
Yes. Real interesting comment. Pat Beath, my buddy up in Massachusetts, he owns the company Athletes Acceleration. He posted something on Facebook saying that he noticed two things. All these athletes who are in the travel teams, he thought they were going to come with higher levels of athleticism. He said athletes are less athletic, and he said parents are constantly saying they don't have the time for their kids to train. What is it giving? Oh, giving feedback on that. I heard the echo. So I've been saying this for quite a while because I've been boots on the ground with the Underground Strength Gym private sector. Private sector, where with the explosion of travel teams, meaning kids don't just do one travel team anymore. It's often a basketball player in middle school is on 2 travel teams, sometimes a third. Often that a baseball player is on 1 or 2 travel teams, or he's on 1 travel team, guest plays on another. So we have kids, high level of skill, but they lack strength, they lack power. And so it's really putting like a ceiling on what they're capable of. So now let me address the question that came from the mom. I said, step 1, purchase the Encyclopedia of Underground Strength. The 2nd edition is on Amazon. It's actually been discounted for a long time. So make sure you pick that up. Every chapter comes with a beginner, intermediate, and an advanced workout. Then for high school and college and beyond, you could do the 15-week program. But I said, we will address what we would do for middle school athletes. She said, I think I'll get a sled. We have dumbbells at home. So middle school athletes, dumbbells, kettlebells. Paul mentioned lots of tumbling, crawling. So introductory gymnastic movements. I love that stuff. One thing people don't understand is things like bear crawls really stretch the foot, the Achilles, and the calves. And if you look at a middle school or high school kid squat today, you watch their feet and ankles collapsing. Well, you got to get them on, you got to get them crawling. You got to get their hands on the floor to build trunk. I hate using that word, core strength. It's such a buzzword, a fad word, but core strength, trunk stability, shoulder stability. It prepares them for sports such as soccer or any field sport where when they fall, they land with their hands on the ground. We're seeing young kids dislocating shoulders, breaking wrists. Why? They lack the strength and stability. I mean, the truth is, Paul, I'm going to hurt feelings on this one. Could get blocked by Instagram now. Kids are getting injured more than ever before because they're weaker than ever before. All right? Am I speaking facts here, Coach Collodi, or facts?
That is fact. And weaker is a broad term. Weaker is not going to bed early. Weaker is, staying up later than they need to so they don't get to sleep, so they can't rejuvenate themselves and get those muscles built up,
yep,
or their nervous system firing, or their neuromuscular strength. Weaker is making poor choices versus doing the right thing.
With nutrition.
Yeah, for a lot of different things. So I think weaker under the bar, absolutely, but weaker because they're on their phones more and they're spending less time out playing and doing stuff. And I think that's a broad term that we have to really concentrate on a little bit more.
And I know people are like, they're preaching. This is the reality is that the athletes are showing up weaker than ever before because their only activity is what they do with their travel team. And oftentimes the travel team doesn't have any kind of strength training. The dad who's running the travel team, when he says do push-ups, the push-ups are done incorrectly. So let me get back. What would I do with middle school kids? Sled drags, carries, and calisthenics. Those are 3 things we do a lot of. Throwing medicine balls, band exercises, band pull-aparts, band face pulls, mini band triceps. And as much as people dislike the Russians, the Eastern Europeans with sports, because they have quote-unquote cheated, they have the best model and system of training for the young athletes. And the reason why is they put high-level coaches with the youth athletes. So by the time they are in those middle teenage years, you have what is called a model athlete. Those athletes are physically and emotionally prepared for this next high level of competition.
What's up, Lauren?
Oh, Lauren
Fasinelli jumping in from Hunterdon Central.
Give
PDA.
Okay.
Hunterdon Central.
Oh, PDA. We have some PDA soccer players at Mid-South.
Stud.
All right, so she's a stud?
Yeah.
Hard worker?
Hard worker.
What about
split squats the other day?
How
I
much?
think she was at 60s.
Oh, we got a high school female soccer player doing split squats with 60s. So for the boys out there who do split squats with 30s, and don't go all the way down, this is what I'm talking about. If you want to be a high-level athlete, you have to get strong. Lauren, you're a beast. Put that in your Instagram bio, and people can follow that girl. Very impressive. Red Devil.
By the way, her brother was an Iron Red Devil too.
There you go. It runs in the family.
Both two other brothers that are killing it at Villanova and Bucknell.
Oh, nice. Okay, so Villanova and Bucknell, high academic schools. Also want to thank our buddy John, Power Locker. What's John's last name?
John Swan.
John Swan, Power Locker.
Unboxing break. Yeah,
so he sent us with some Jocko Go, which I get Jocko Mulk and give to my son. We just, I introduced John to Chaz over at Jocko. Power Locker is a healthy vending machine, but here's the ticket, guys. Lauren, you're welcome, kid. Keep crushing it. Keep being an ass kicker. Power Locker is going to probably, Paul's got it at his school, could not get it at my school. Thank you to the government, okay? Basically, Power Locker doesn't have to go by like the nutrition guidelines that the government gives to schools. So if you are a gym owner or in a private school, maybe a public school, send me a message. I'll put you in touch with John to get Power Locker. And then every 3 months, they donate 10% back to your program or your school. All right? Oh, here's my guy, Coach Grella, one of my favorite bros on earth. Back to talking about training the middle school athletes. Sleds, carries, calisthenics, light dumbbell and light kettlebell training, total body training, also jumping. And you can look on Underground Strength Gym Instagram and see our middle school athletes training along with high school kids, but you'll see the difference. You'll see at high school, back squat, front squat. We do have 8th and 7th graders doing front squats, trap bar deadlifts, but they have built up to that. But you will often see them doing kind of like what we call progressions, regressions. High school kids are on the barbell, middle school kids are doing dumbbell or kettlebell variation with more reps. The other one would be the bigger kids are doing hang power cleans with, a quarter, a plate, 2 plates on each side. We will have middle school athletes doing hang power cleans with a 5, a 10, a 10 and a 5. And that's what you want with the middle school athletes. You're building this solid foundation. When they get to the high school, boom, they are light years ahead. And when you don't have that, for example, at my high school, when incoming freshmen for football are training, I go about 8 weeks of dumbbells and calisthenics and kettlebells. Lots of 5 sets of 5 because of the numbers we have. So 5x5 squat jump with 5x5 goblet squat, 5x5 dumbbell bench with 5x5 recline row, 5x5 bodyweight lunges, superset with kettlebell farmer walks. Brilliance with the basics, but total body strength. It's like putting them on a farm. That's carrying, it. Climbing. That's squat, hinge, push, pull, lunge, carry, throw. Yeah, and throw. Remember those sprint hills?
And developing that power first, yes, I think is a big deal. I remember one time we did a family day and you were talking about the med balls and just throwing them as hard as you can. If the med balls break, the med balls break. But if that power, that ability to create that speed it's got to be first. Like a good golfer, you don't teach a good golfer their technique and their form. If they don't know how to swing hard and hit the golf ball, all that form is going to help them hit the ball 50 yards. They got to be able to hit it, and that starts with throwing stuff and carrying heavy things and
short sprints and games
every day. Well, we don't sprint every day, but
young kids can. You know why middle school kids could sprint every day? Because in the 80s, during the summertime, you rode your bike and played in the street for 8, 10, 12 hours a day. And trust me, nobody was running around looking for their post-workout meal or worrying about, I rode my bike yesterday, today should be a day off. So you've got to introduce regular physical activity. One of my favorite ways to do that at that youth level is just playing some sort of pickup games, tag games. Dodgeball is great. And when you play dodgeball, hey, full body, head to toe, kill or be killed.
Hey, and have your head on a swivel. You know, you may have two people throwing something at you at the same time, and you got to be able to avoid everything. It's just figuring stuff out. And I don't know. We've just fallen
athleticism.
we've fallen so far away from that. It's crazy.
Yep. People try to get too perfect with things. Got to get back to being strong, athletic. We're going to shut it down here. Shout out, obviously, this is a play road trip. Shout out to John Swan, Power Locker. Okay, Coach Collodi getting his caffeine, and we got the, what are these called? The Bear Bells. Bear Bell protein bar. They're pretty good. You find them actually in 7-Eleven. But we're heading to North Carolina. We got Feed the Cats seminar this afternoon. Dinner tonight, okay, with our guy Jeremy Boone. Jeremy I've known for 20 years. Jeremy is in the leadership space, but when I met Jeremy, he was speed coach. He was running speed camps in North Carolina. Then he was a speed coach for Panthers, strength coach. I think he's still training some pro athletes. He also worked with NASCAR. And then tomorrow, I don't want to give it away, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm doing it anyway. Going to visit the legend, my man, Big House Power, Joe Ken. We were going to visit today, but he's picking up old school Nautilus equipment that you children of today don't know about. But the Nautilus equipment, when you want it repaired, you have to go to like a Harley Davidson dealer so they can fix the chain. So going to be an amazing trip. This is the play road trip.
We're going to hit Will Fly, too, at Mallard Creek on the way down. The Mallard Creek Teacher of the Year, and he's the strength coach. How about that? Strength coach is now getting Teacher of the Year.
Yep.
That's big.
Strength coach is the Teacher of the Year. Okay? Hashtag goals. That's it, team. Any questions you have, send me a DM. Send Coach Collodi a DM. We could turn it into a topic like this. This topic, we focused on the middle school strength and conditioning. When Paul also was speaking about nutrition, breakfast, let's go. Eggs, toast with butter. For lunch, chicken and rice. Put it in the thermos. Get home, chicken and rice again. Steak and potato, fish and pasta. Get a protein shake. Thorn protein shakes, Jocko protein shakes, banana, peanut butter, water. I mean, we have gotten so far away from this. You ask kids what they eat. Breakfast is a bar. Lunch is the school lunch. Come home, have a shake. Where is the real food? That's what we need. Boom. I'm out of here. You guys are awesome. Follow play. Follow Coach Collodi. You're already following me. Peace out, kids. Talk to you later.